Hello, you are welcome, and in this video we are going to be treating repeated chemistry JAMB questions. These are questions that have been coming out over the years, and we are going to be making a series. So there are a lot of videos we are going to be making based on repeated chemistry questions and also repeated biology questions. So if you love video like this, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Basi Ejogba, and in my channel I help students level up the academic game. So if you're looking for the best place, the perfect community to level up the academic game, whether as a secondary school student or as a university student, then don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button and also share my videos to your friends so they can come here and get value. And in turn, I feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. And we are going to be hitting right away with the very first question here, which says, which method separates sand from ammonium chloride? Which method separates sand from ammonium chloride? We have A, filtration, B, distillation, C, sublimation, and D, sieving. Which method separates sand from ammonium chloride? First of all, you have to know that sand here is a solid. Sand is a solid, and ammonium chloride is also what? A solid. Ammonium chloride is also what? A solid. So which method separates solid from what? Solid. From sand from what? Ammonium chloride. The correct option there is option what? C, which is what? Sublimation. Now when it comes to the concept of sublimation, which is when a solid turns directly to what? Gaseous state, right? A solid changes directly to the what? Gaseous what? State. There are only two solids that exhibit the concept of what? Sublimation. We have the number one, which is the iodine. We have iodine, which is number one, and we have what? Ammonium chloride. We have iodine and ammonium chloride. So whenever you want to answer a question and you see ammonium chloride and you are seeing sublimation, or you are seeing iodine and you are seeing sublimation, please don't waste your time. Just go and choose directly sublimation. So which method separates sand from ammonium chloride? The correct answer there is what? Sublimation, which is option C. We have question number 2. It says the pH of a neutral solution at 25 degrees C is the pH of what? A neutral solution at 25 degrees C is A, 0, B, 5, 6, C, 7, and D, 14. The pH of a neutral solution at 25 degrees C is A, 0, B, 5, C, 7, and D, 14. So we have to first of all bring our what is known as what? The pH scale. We have to bring our pH scale where we have 1, we have 14, and we have 7. Right? So from number 1, from 7 downward is what? Increasing what? Acidity. This is what? Increasing what? Acidity. When it goes downward from 7 downward, and from 7 upward to 14 is what? Increasing what? Basicity. Increasing what? Basicity or alkalinity. Right? So the pH of a neutral solution at 25 degrees C is going to be what? 7. It's going to be what? 7. The correct option there is option what? C. Now, this is what? 25 degrees C, and 25 degrees C is known as what? Room temperature. So the pH of a neutral solution at a room temperature is what? 7. And 7 is what? Is neutral. So the pH of a neutral solution at 25 degrees C is what? 7. But when it gets to 14 is what? The highest what? Alkalinity. And when it gets to 1 is the what? Highest what? Acidity. Right? So that is just how it is. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 says, how many moles are in 22 grams of carbon dioxide? How many moles are in 22 grams of carbon dioxide? I've made videos on how you can be able to calculate moles, but for the purpose of this question, we are also going to solve it. We have A, 0.25 moles, B, 0.5 moles, C, 1 mole, and D, which is what? 2 moles. So let's clean and see how we can solve this. Right? You have to first of all know the formula you need to apply when it comes to solving this. How many moles are in 22 grams of what? CO2. So first of all, we have the compound. Our compound there is carbon dioxide, which is what? CO2. Our compound is CO2, and we have the reacting or the known mass. We have the reacting or what is known as what? The known mass. The known mass to be what? 22 gram. And when we say calculation of moles, when it comes to what? Knowing of, when you know your known mass, right? When it comes to reacting what? Mass, you say number of moles, that is N, equals to what? The known mass all over the world molar mass. The known mass all over the world molar mass. So we have known mass here to be what 22, right? And our molar mass, which is what CO2. To calculate molar mass is very what simple. What you simply do is you bring out the what the atomic mass, right? The atomic mass of each of these what elements and their what moles. So first of all, what we have here, let's clean this. First of all, what we have here is C, right? So we have C, which is what 12, right? Carbon. So we have for molar mass, calculate molar mass, that's mm, equals to what? C times what? Yeah, let's say 1, that is 1 mole, right? 1 times what? C plus 2 times what? O, which is oxygen, right? So 1 times 12, that is 1 times 12 plus 2 times what? 16, right? So 1 times 12 is what? 12, right? So we have 1 times 12 plus what? 2 times what? 16, right? So we are going to be bringing out our calculator because we are going to answer some questions here. So let's go on. So we have our 2 times what? 16, right? Which is what? 32. So what we have here is 12 plus what? 32, right? Which is equals to what? 44, right? So at this particular point in time, we have our what? Molar mass to be what? 44. And note, the calculation of molar mass, there is a unit for what? Molar mass, which is what? Gram per what? Mole. Gram per what? Mole. That is the unit for what? Molar mass. So we have 44, right? So now let's substitute it in this what? Particular what? Equation. So what we are going to have there is what? 22 over what? 44, right? We are going to have 22 over what? 44. So you say 22 divided by what? 44. What we have here is what? 0.5 what? Moles. So we have 0.5 moles. Let's check our options. We have A, 0.25 moles, B, 0.5 moles, C, 1 mole, and D, 2 moles. So at this point in time, the correct option there is what? Option what? B, which is what? 0.5 what? Moles. And that is how you can be able to solve questions based on moles. Check out my videos, which I gave you the 5 formulas when it comes to the calculation of what? Moles. And you also see some of the examples which we did covering those particular what? Formulas. Question number 4 says, which compound is an alkene? So which of these compound is what? An alkene? We have A, C2H6. We have B, C3H8. We have C, C2H4, and we have D, which is what? CH4. Which of this compound is an alkene? Now, before we continue, we have to first of all know the general formula of what? An alkene, right? It's when you know the formula, that is when you'll be able to what? Solve or know which of this compound is what? An alkene. So alkene generally follows this formula, which is C2H2N, right? C2H2N. So this is C2, right? And we have our H2. Let's substitute the N there to be what? 2, right? So this is H4, giving us C2H4. So which of this compound is an alkene? Looking at the options here on the board, the correct answer is what? Option what? C, which is what? C2H4, right? Moving on to question number 5. Question number 5 says, the transfer of electrons leads to the formation of, this is what is known as chemical bonding, right? The transfer of electron leads to the formation of A, covalent bond, B, hydrogen bond, C, metallic bond, and D, ionic what? Bond. A, covalent bond, B, hydrogen bond, C, metallic bond, and D, ionic what? Bond. First of all, you have to know what all these bonds stands for. When we talk about chemical bonding, the major reason of chemical bonding is so that element or compound and compound will obtain what? Stability, right? So the transfer of electrons leads to the formation of, we have the first chemical bonding, which is known as what? The electrovalent. We have the first, which is known as what? Electrovalent. Another name for electrovalent bond is what is known as what? The ionic what? Bond. And this involves the transfer. This involves the transfer of what? Electrons. We have covalent bond. We have covalent. Covalent involves the what? The sharing of what? Electrons. And we have what? The hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond, which is what? An intermolecular what? Force. Intermolecular what? Force. Right? So we have the electrovalent bond. We have the covalent bond. we have the what hydrogen what bond, right? So like I said, the electrovalent bond, another name for the electrovalent bond is what ionic what bond, and this is a type of bonding that involves the total transfer of what electrons, right? It involves the total transfer of what electrons. So the transfer of electrons leads to the formation of what is known as what the ionic what bond, which is what option what D, right? Now question number 6 says, which of the following is a saturated what hydrocarbon? Which of the following is a saturated hydrocarbon? We have the alkanes, and we have the what alkynes. And we know that it's only the alkanes that are saturated what hydrocarbons. Only the alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, while the alkenes and the alkynes are what unsaturated what hydrocarbons. So which of the following is a saturated hydrocarbon? We have A, ethene, we have B, ethine, we have C, benzene, and we have D, ethane. Ethane is a what member of the what alkane what family, right? So at this particular point in time, which of the following is what a saturated hydrocarbon? The option is what option what D, which is what ethane, right? Ethane, right? That is for question number 6. Question number 7 says, which gas turns moist blue litmus paper red? Which gas turns what blue litmus paper what red? Focus on this blue litmus paper what red. We have A, oxygen, B, ammonia, and C, carbon dioxide. Now for a layman, the person will say none of this is what an acid, because we know that acid turn blue litmus paper red and a base turn what red litmus paper what blue. A layman will say none of these is what an acid, and the person is what correct. But let's talk about when they dissolve in what water, right? Now oxygen will dissolve in water, and oxygen dissolving in water will not turn what blue litmus paper what red. We have ammonia, and the correct option here, which is option C, is what carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide dissolves in water to give us what carbonic what acid. Carbon dioxide dissolve, because you see moist, right? Moist means what dissolve in what water. So carbon dioxide dissolve in water to give us what carbonic what acid, which an acid we all know that turns what blue litmus paper what red. Question number 8 is, the process of converting a solid directly to gaseous state. So this is solid directly towards gas is called A, evaporation, B, sublimation, and C, condensation. Remember we made a video, we already talked about it, we answered the question based on this. The process of a solid converting directly towards a gaseous state without going through the process of solid, liquid, and gas is known as what sublimation. And I tell you that they are just two solids that undergo this process of sublimation. We talk about iodine and what ammonium what chloride, right? So question number 9 says, which of the following is what an acid? Which of the following is an acid? A, sodium hydroxide, B, ammonia, C, hydrochloric acid, and D, calcium hydroxide. Another name for calcium hydroxide is what is known as what slaked lime. Another name for this is what slaked lime. So which of the following is what an acid? The correct option there is what C, which is what hydrochloric what acid. Then sodium hydroxide is what a base. This is a strong base, and this is what a strong what acid, right? This is a strong base, and this is what a strong acid. How come we know that this is what an acid? We know that an acid is the only substance, right, which when it dissolves in water gives what hydrogen ion, gives out hydrogen ion as the only positively what charge, right? So which of the following is what an acid? When you do this, let's say HCl plus what H2O, right? HCl plus what H2O, right? It's going to give out what hydrogen ion as the only positively what charge, right? So let's move on. So number 10 says, which particle is negatively what charged? Which particle is negatively charged? A, proton, B, neutron, C, electron, and D, what nucleus. You have to note that the proton is positively charged, the neutron is neutral, the neutron has no what charge, so it's 0. The electron is negatively what charged, so the electron is negatively what charged. The combination of the proton and the neutron, the addition of the proton and the neutron is what gives us what is known as what the nucleus, right? So it's what gives us the what nucleus. So which particle is negatively charged? The correct option what C, which is a electron. Question number 11 says, what is the valency of oxygen? what is the valency of what? Oxygen. First of all, valency of what? Oxygen. So let's underline the word valency. We have A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, and what? D, what? 4. Valency is derived from what is known as what? The valence electrons. When we say valency, valency is derived from the concept of a valence electron. And what is valence electron? Valence electron is the electron that is found in the what? Outermost what? Shell. Right? So the electrons, so these are shells, right? So this is a shell with electrons, right? This is a shell with what? Electrons. The electrons that is found in the outermost, so let's assume this is what? The outermost. The electrons that are found in the outermost is what is known as what? The valence what? Electron. So the question is, what is the valency of what? Oxygen. First of all, you have to what? Draw in your what? The shell. You have to draw in your what? Shell, right? You know that oxygen has what? Atomic number of what? 16. Sorry, the mass number. Oxygen has a mass number of what? 16. So you say mass number of what? 16. Oxygen has a mass number of what? 16. So this is our orbital. 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have, that is 10, right? We have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and what? 16, right? So this is the electronic representation, electronic configuration representation of what? In a shell format of what? Oxygen, right? And at this point, oxygen just needs what? 2 electrons to be what? Complete, right? Oxygen just needs 2 electrons in the outermost shell for it to be what? Complete. Oxygen just needs what? 2 electrons in the outermost shell for it to be what? Complete. So at this point in time, the valency of oxygen is what? 2. The valency of oxygen is what? 2, because it needs just 2 electrons for it to be what? Balanced. Are we together? So that is the valency of what? Oxygen, which is what? 2, and not what? 4. Number 12 says, which of the following is a strong acid? Emphasis on strong acid. That means the first thing you have to note is that all the options here are going to be what? Acid. But among all of them, one of them is going to be what? The strong what? Acid. We have A, ethanoic acid. We have B, carbonic acid. And we have C, which is what? Hydrochloric what? Acid. The correct option there is what? Hydrochloric what? Acid. Right? Which of the following is what? A strong acid. I already told you why hydrochloric acid is what? A strong what? Acid. It dissolves fully in what? Water. Right? It dissolves what? Fully in what? Water. Now, question number 13 says, which metal is extracted by electrolysis? Which metal is extracted by electrolysis? We have A, iron, B, copper, C, aluminium, and D, zinc. Which metal is extracted by what? Electrolysis. The correct option there is what? Aluminium. And why is aluminium correct? Now, aluminium is correct because aluminium is so reactive. Right? Aluminium is so reactive that it cannot be extracted by the reduction with what? Carbon. Right? So aluminum being reactive, it cannot be extracted by the reduction with what? Carbon. So the best way we get what? Aluminum is through what? Electrolysis of what is known as the electrolysis of molten alumina. The electrolysis of molten what? Alumina. And that is where we get what? We are able to what? Extract what? Aluminium. Right? So the correct option there is what? Option what? C. We have question number 14. The formula of calcium carbonate is CaCO3. So let's check out the option. We have A, CaCO3. We have B, Ca open bracket CO3 to we have C, Ca2CO3. The correct option there is what? Calcium what? Carbonate, which is CaCO3 in the ratio of what? 1 is to what? 1. Right? So this is just for the repeated chemistry questions based on this particular what? Series. Right? Check out my channel. Make sure you subscribe. I will be making videos based on repeated questions for biology, repeated questions for chemistry, and it can also be part of our 2026 JAMB intensive class, both on WhatsApp and on YouTube live. Chat me on 07062462746. For as low as 5,000 naira, you can join our monthly intensive WhatsApp classes if you are sure and you know that you want to smash JAMB UTME this 2026. And if you love this video, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button and share these videos to your friends so they can come here and get value, and in turn I will feel motivated to continue dropping helpful videos like this. And until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you are unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter I really love you. Thank you.